The Galactic Council, a revered assembly of the most powerful civilizations in the universe, had long observed Earth with growing interest. Though relatively young and isolated from the rest of the cosmos, the planet possessed a rare mixture of biological diversity, raw resources, and a curious tendency for survival against overwhelming odds. To the Council, this made Earth both a prize and a challenge, a place worth claiming, though not without difficulty. After centuries of quiet surveillance, the Council concluded that it was time to bring Earth under its control. But instead of sending a traditional armada, the Council devised a plan that would test not only the target planet, but also their most promising leaders, a coalition of alien princesses, each representing a noble house from different regions of the galaxy. These princesses, though diverse in species, culture, and temperament, were united by their ambition, skill, and the desire to prove themselves worthy of ruling beyond their native realms. The mission was clear. Earth was to be conquered and integrated into the Council's expanding domain, its people subjugated, and its resources claimed. With great fanfare, the princesses launched their fleets, each commanding her own armada of starships, drones, and genetically engineered warriors. Among them were leaders from icy moons, ocean-covered planets, and vast desert worlds, each bringing unique strategies to the campaign. As they approached Earth's orbit, the skies filled with immense ships brimming with alien technology that humanity had never imagined. Communications satellites were disabled within minutes, plunging governments into disarray. The princesses broadcast a formal message to Earth's leaders: surrender, and their civilizations would be spared. Resist and face utter annihilation. The message was met with silence, then defiance. Humanity, fractured as it was by politics, culture, and geography, still shared one unshakable trait: a refusal to bow to outside forces. The invasion would proceed with force. The assault began swiftly and decisively. Cities across the globe were targeted with precision strikes, disrupting power grids, disabling military installations, and plunging urban centers into chaos. Entire fleets of drones poured from the alien ships, patrolling the skies and streets, enforcing curfews and eradicating any resistance. Massive mechanical war beasts, taller than skyscrapers, roamed across battlefields, their footsteps shaking the earth. At first, humanity seemed helpless before the onslaught. Nations struggled to respond to an enemy so advanced and so organized, with weapons that defied the known laws of physics. Tanks and fighter jets were swatted away as if they were toys, and traditional military strategies crumbled under the relentless alien assault. For the first time in history, humanity faced a united and superior extraterrestrial force, and the initial battles belonged to the princesses. But Earth, as the invaders soon discovered, was far more unpredictable than they had anticipated. What the Council had overlooked and what the princesses were slow to realize was that humanity's diversity, which seemed like a weakness, became its greatest strength in times of crisis. As governments faltered, civilians rose to the occasion. Underground resistance groups formed in the shadows, communicating through encrypted channels, sharing intelligence, and launching surprise attacks. Scientists worked day and night, reverse engineering fragments of alien technology and developing makeshift defenses. Former rivals nations, political factions, even criminal organizations joined forces in an unprecedented global alliance. Battles erupted across every environment: the streets of ruined metropolises, dense jungles, remote deserts, and undersea trenches. Each terrain brought new challenges for the alien forces, forcing the princesses to adapt in ways they had never imagined. Months passed, and the war that was supposed to end swiftly dragged on, wearing down both sides. For the first time in their lives, the princesses encountered not just resistance, but determination that refused to break. Every victory they achieved came at a greater cost, draining their resources and exhausting their soldiers. The humans, on the other hand, seemed to grow stronger with each passing day. They adapted to alien strategies with stunning speed, learning from every defeat and turning setbacks into opportunities. In one battle, a group of engineers managed to hijack a fleet of drones, turning them against the alien forces. In another, guerrilla fighters ambushed and captured an alien command center, using its technology to coordinate a counterattack. The princesses, each commanding different regions of the invasion, began to feel the strain of their increasingly fragmented campaign. Their once cohesive strategy unraveled under the pressure of Earth's relentless resistance. As the war stretched into its final months, it became clear that the princesses could not maintain their foothold. Supplies from their homeworlds dwindled, communication with the Galactic Council became sporadic, and the morale of their troops plummeted. Desperation set in. In a last-ditch effort to secure victory, the princesses convened aboard their flagship, devising one final assault, a coordinated strike on the remaining strongholds of Earth's defenders. If they could shatter the resistance here, perhaps they could still turn the tide, but the humans had anticipated the move. In a stunning display of unity, nations across the globe launched a counteroffensive on every front. The final battle was unlike anything the galaxy had seen: massive airstrikes, orbital bombardments, and relentless ground assaults. The alien princesses fought with all the strength and cunning they could muster, but the humans were unstoppable. Wave after wave of resistance fighters pushed forward, driving the alien forces to the brink. Defeat was inevitable. One by one, the alien ships were forced to retreat, leaving behind the smoldering ruins of their failed conquest. The princesses, battered and exhausted, watched in silence as the last of their fleets disengaged from Earth's atmosphere, vanishing into the black void of space. They had lost. The journey back to their homeworlds was long and silent, filled with the weight of failure. Each princess grappled with the bitter reality that they had been defeated by a species they had once considered inferior. As their ships approached the Galactic Council's domain, dread settled over them. They expected harsh judgment, perhaps even exile, for failing to bring Earth into the Council's fold. But when they stood before the Council, something unexpected happened. The elders, instead of reprimanding them, greeted them with solemn respect. "You have fought with honor," the Council's leader announced. "Though you did not conquer Earth, you demonstrated courage, adaptability, and resilience in the face of an extraordinary challenge. Many victories are born not from conquest, but from struggle, and you have endured more than most." The princesses, stunned by the words, remained silent as the council members continued. "Failure is not the end, but the beginning of wisdom. You return to us not as defeated warriors, but as leaders who have learned lessons that will shape your future endeavors. Earth may remain beyond our grasp for now, but it has gifted you something far more valuable than mere conquest experience." In that moment, the weight of their defeat began to lift, and a flicker of hope ignited within the princesses. The council's words washed over them like a balm, soothing the raw edges of their shame and igniting a renewed sense of purpose. They exchanged glances, each reflecting a mixture of disbelief and growing determination. This unexpected validation ignited a flame of ambition within their hearts, prompting them to consider what they had gained rather than what they had lost. They had faced an unprecedented challenge and emerged with knowledge that few in the galaxy possessed. They understood the intricacies of Earth's defenses, the tenacity of its people, and the strategies that had brought their once mighty invasion to its knees. Each princess felt a surge of pride in having fought valiantly alongside their comrades, witnessing courage and unity among those they had initially deemed inferior. As they left the council chamber, the words of the council echoed in their minds. "Failure is not the end, but the beginning of wisdom." Those words resonated deeply, transforming their perspective on their mission and their roles as leaders. No longer would they view themselves solely as warriors bent on conquest. They would become architects of their futures, strategists capable of learning from defeat. They would channel their newfound insights into future endeavors, not only seeking to conquer, but to understand and engage with the complexities of the civilizations they wished to rule. With every passing moment, their resolve solidified, and they realized that the bond they shared as fellow princesses had deepened in the fires of battle. They had stood shoulder to shoulder against adversity, and this shared experience forged unbreakable ties among them. As their ships ascended into the void, they cast one last lingering gaze at the vibrant blue planet below. It had humbled them, but it had also ignited a sense of wonder and respect for the resilience of its inhabitants. In their defeat, they found clarity. Their mission had not been merely to conquer, but to learn. The vastness of the galaxy loomed ahead, filled with untapped opportunities, and they felt an insatiable curiosity for the worlds that lay beyond. The lessons learned from Earth's struggle would guide them as they ventured into the unknown, ready to face whatever awaited them with newfound wisdom and unity. Each princess made a silent vow that their next journey would not be one of destruction, but one of understanding, connection, and perhaps, in time, a new kind of alliance. They had tasted the bitterness of failure, but now they could also taste the sweetness of possibility. And with that, they embraced the future with renewed determination. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.